Welcome to science class. This is Mrs. Kayla, your teacher. Today, we will know about how is heat transferred in different materials. We are now on week 4 on quarter 3. How do you feel today? Yes, it's hot. And what makes hot? The heat. And what is heat? Heat is a form of energy associated with the motion of particles. But how does heat travel? Look at the pictures. How does the egg get cooked? And how does the water boil? And how do you feel hot when the sun is too far? Let us know first how molecules behave. Here are the molecules of solid, liquid, and gas. Solid molecules are close to each other, liquid molecules are far from each other, and gas molecules are very far from each other. And take note, the molecules are moving. Why? Remember, heat is a form of energy associated with the motion of particles. So as you see, the molecules are moving. So it means there is heat. So how is heat transferred? As I said a while ago, when there is heat, a molecule will move, and when one molecule moves, it will touch the other molecules and cause movement to others. Look at this one. The molecules under the source of heat is moving, so it means it is hot, and the hotness travels to the cold part. Another diagram. So as you see, here is the source of heat, and you can see the heat travels to the cold part. Then, how is heat transferred? From hot to cold. Now let's go to your activity. Do you mind helping your mother in the kitchen? And when you are in the kitchen, do you wonder why are cooking utensils made of metals? And their handles are made of plastics or wood. Look closer to the spoon. The spoon has direct contact on the soup. That is how the heat is transferred to solid materials. There must be a direct contact. So another one is the spoon dipped in hot coffee. So the hotness of the coffee is transferred to the spoon. And since the spoon is a solid material, the transfer of heat to a solid material is called conduction. Remember, conduction is the heat transfer through solid, and there must be a direct contact. So look at here. The heat is transferred to the pan. As you hold the pan, you have a direct contact to the pan. The heat travels through your hands. So remember, there must be a direct contact for it to be called conduction or a heat transfer through solid. In conduction, which is heat transfer through solid materials, there is a conductor. Conductors are usually made of metals and they allow heat to flow through easily. Another is the insulators. Those are the materials that does not allow heat to flow through easily. That is why kitchen utensils have handles made of wood or plastic. Look at this kettle. The kettle's body is made of metal, which enables the water to boil faster. And it has a handle made of plastic for you not to get burned. Because plastics are materials that does not allow heat to flow easily. Other examples are the rug as well as the pot holder. So they are called insulators. Let us now have this boiling water. Here below is the source of heat, and the water below are the first part of the water which becomes hot. And when the water turns hot, it becomes less dense. That's why it rises. And since there is no source of heat on top, the water cools. And as the water cools, it becomes more dense, which causes it to sink or to go down. And the heat transfer in liquid materials is called convection. Let's have a closer look. So again, the source of heat is at the bottom, and water in the bottom becomes hot. And when the water becomes hot, it will rise up because it becomes less dense. And since there is no source of heat on top, that's why the water cools. And when the water cools, it becomes more dense, which causes it to sink or go down. And this heat transfer on liquid is called convection. So as in the air. Just like water, the air when it gets warm, it rises because it becomes less dense. And when it is on top, when there is no source of heat, the air cools down and it will goes down or it will sink. And the heat transfer in air is called convection. One good example of this is through hot air balloon. A hot air balloon can fly when there is enough heat inside it, when the air inside it is of enough heat. How about this one? How does the sun transfer heat to the earth? As you can see, the sun is too far from the earth. It is even outside the earth. So how does the sun transfer heat to the earth? The sun's heat travels through the earth through space, just like this one. So the person did not even hold the fire, but still he can feel the fire because the heat travels through space into his hands. Another one is on the sauna. Sauna is a closed room, but how does the girl feel the hotness inside a sauna? Because the heat travels in a vacuum. And in this way, when the heat travels through space and in vacuum, it is called radiation. Again, radiation is the heat transfer through space or vacuum. Look at them. They still feel the heat even though the heat is far from them. And how does the heat travel through the people around the fire? Through space, and it is called radiation. How is heat transferred in different materials? In conduction, heat transfers through solid. In convection, heat transfers through liquid and gas. And on radiation, heat transfers through space or vacuum. Thank you.